Here's what's on the docket today. Ice shootings spark outrage. A massive tire dump shocks a Portland property owner. Moda Center talks stumble. Public lands protections get rolled back. And Portland sets an e-bike world record. I'm Dean Bark. Welcome to the City Report in Portland, Oregon. Let's open with the big one. U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, better known as ICE, is the federal agency that handles immigration enforcement. In Maine this month, ICE agents shot and killed a man, prompting immediate condemnation and street protests, calling for accountability and policy reform. Advocates say the incident is part of a larger pattern of aggressive enforcement that too often ends in tragedy. In fact, separate reporting this week noted another man died after an ICE encounter in Florida, making it the third such fatality in a week. The debate now centers on how these operations are carried out, whether agents' protocols adequately prioritize de-escalation, and how oversight is applied when things go wrong. Critics are pushing for changes to pursuit policies, clearer limits on use of force, and transparent investigations when lethal incidents occur. My take: the repeated incidents involving ICE demand an urgent reevaluation of their operational protocols. Call it like it is. Turning from national enforcement controversies to a local environmental crisis. Here in Portland, a property owner discovered an illegal tire dumping site on his land. Estimates run between 50,000 and 75,000 tires. That's not a typo. Besides being an eyesore, massive tire piles pose real environmental risks. They leach chemicals into soil and water, attract pests, and become dangerous fuel if a fire starts. Cleanup could be costly and complex, involving specialized removal and disposal to keep contaminants out of local waterways. City officials are looking at enforcement options, tracking haulers, and tightening monitoring to prevent future dumping. Neighbors want answers and timelines. No room for sugarcoating here. This is a big mess with a bigger bill. My opinion: this tire dumping situation is an environmental disaster waiting to happen if not addressed swiftly. Let's cut to the chase. Fast action beats wishful thinking. Let's pivot to the next story. The Moda Center talks. The Moda Center is Portland's NBA arena, home of the Portland Trail Blazers, our city's professional basketball team. Adam Silver, the commissioner of the National Basketball Association, warned that lease negotiations between the city and the team are off track. The sticking points include how to fund upgrades and who pays what. A draft framework floated a potential $120 million in city contributions for renovations. Council members say they were blindsided by the initial draft going to the team without their input, raising transparency concerns. The public funding debate is intense. People want to know the return on investment, the community benefits, and the guardrails on cost overruns. A goal has been mentioned to nail down terms by mid-August. That's a tight runway. My view: the city's handling of this illustrates a clear need for greater transparency and full council involvement. Well, that's one way to look at stakeholder engagement. Moving on, public lands. The Trump administration rescinded the public lands rule this year. That rule, adopted in 2024, directed federal land managers to elevate conservation alongside other uses. The Bureau of Land Management, or BLM, is the federal agency overseeing public lands. In Oregon alone, it manages more than 15 million acres. Environmental advocates worry that without the rule, extraction activities like mining and logging could expand in sensitive ecosystems, including sagebrush habitats and wildlife corridors. BLM leadership says rescission restores balance and supports multiple uses: recreation, grazing, energy conservation, without privileging one. But opposition was overwhelming. By accounts, more than 98% of public comments opposed rolling the rule back. For Oregonians who hike, hunt, fish, and depend on healthy landscapes, the stakes are material, not theoretical. My opinion: rescinding the rule runs against clear public sentiment for conservation and invites avoidable damage on shared lands. And now for something completely different: the fun kind. Biketown, Portland's bike share program, launched in 2016 and fully electric since 2020, just turned 10. To celebrate, over 1,000 riders formed a waterfront e-bike parade and set a Guinness World Record for the largest e-bike ride, more than doubling the previous mark set in Seattle. Looks like someone forgot the memo that Portland doesn't do friendly competition. Since launch, Biketown riders have logged over 3.9 million trips. The city's e-bike rebate program, aimed particularly at lower-income households, is helping more people replace car trips with electric pedals, cutting emissions and congestion. That's the headline: visible momentum for practical climate action at street level. My take: Portland's commitment to sustainable transport is real, and this record ride is proof. And that's your report for today from the City Report with Dean Bark in Portland. Have a great day, and join us again tomorrow.